doesn't care about you. That's why you need a medical emergency kit. It contains life-saving medications like ivermectin, Z-Pak, and antibiotics. Stock them before they block them.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
We have She Van Fleet. She's with us now. I'm going to go ahead and bring her in. Why don't we do that right now? Hey, She, how are you?
Okay.
It's good
Thank
to see
you for inviting me.
No, absolutely. I had the opportunity, had you on my show previously, and we had the opportunity to talk about, I believe at the time you had just released your new book, but we were talking about a lot of what was going on in China, and this was pre-election. So you and I were discussing a lot of what we were seeing with the young people and what was going on. And actually, we ended up doing quite well with young people in this election. Luckily, we got a lot of them on track of where we wanted to go. But one of the things I wanted to talk to you about is, we're seeing Trump. He just came out recently and he says, look, I want to bring Russia, China, to the table. I want to get them to the table, and I want to have discussions about, peace in Ukraine and all this other stuff. Now, I've read some other stuff that has said, I think Trump's more interested in getting Russia away from China. He's more interested in decoupling with China. I think he's very mad at China right now. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm not an expert on the geopolitics, but I do believe that I think everything I've seen so far is really geared towards China.
Yeah.
Almost everything. So China, I really truly believe that he and his administration understands that's our ultimate threat. And I just have a discussion with a weapon expert last night at the dinner with a group of people. And he believed that Russia is our enemy. I said yes, but no, I think the ultimate enemy is China, and Russia and China. They do not get along. We almost had a war, nuclear war, in the 70s, and and they don't trust each other. Putin does not trust Xi Jinping, and then the same is on the other side. It's us. Our bad policy pushed Russia into the arms of CCP, and I think I think it's a wise move to decouple them.
Well, if you think about it, if there was unrestricted warfare by China against the U.S., what would you want to do? You'd want to push Russia into China's arms, right? And so maybe this was all a big, game to get exactly what happened, to move Russia into China instead of.
I believe so. I absolutely believe so, and that's why I feel like the people just don't quite get it. And China is everywhere. China's infiltration into our political system, into our entire country, every institution, everything. I would say everything is infiltrated, including now I become a victim. And because
tell us about that with your X account. Yeah,
it's been taken, and it has to be CCP. There is just no doubt about it, and it's very sophisticated. And I think they probably even hacked into X.
So tell us what happened.
Tell us about it,
please.
Okay, so I have been very, very vocal on X about anti-CCP, anti-woke, anti-everything communism, because it's all the same. They are all the same. But lately, I have been tweeting things, asking questions about this new shining darling of the conservatives, Lindy Lee. She confessed into MAGA overnight. And she is now promoted everywhere in Fox. Basically, Fox is mainly responsible for the big promotion, and Newsmax. And they don't ask questions. They don't ask basic questions, and the questions that require a little bit of critical thinking, they don't. And then all this big conservative influence fell for it, and promoting her like if and she is the future of young people that were just going to defect. They just see the light overnight after the
Yeah. She used to be big lefty early on, Lindsay Lee, right? I mean, she was always on the left media, and she
always
railed against the MAGA and Trump and all that stuff.
Not only that, if you do just a little bit digging, you don't have to be an expert. Do a little bit digging in Chinese. She has a CCP affiliated organization here supporting her, and she was featured in Chinese official media, CCTV, Central Chinese Central TV television. It is the CCP's mouthpiece promoting her and say that she is bright new star, 24 years old, running for Congress to represent Chinese.
Yeah,
that is a red flag. There's a lot of those people are posting, not even me, because even though I follow her, I did not do much research until this, and then I just did the Chinese search. It's out there. It's not, you don't need much to find out. There's some questions. I'm just saying questions, but no one on the right with influence and power are asking. So she was now on the a few days ago. She was on the Laura Trump show. Laura said, "You're welcome. You always have a place in a GOP." Of what?
Yeah.
It's power. It's not just she is come to our side. No, she is trying to get into. Okay, I don't know anything. I just have questions. Because of that, my account was hacked. What happened?
So what is Twitter saying to you? Are they is X coming back and saying we're going to help you, or what?
No one. I have been reaching out to a lot of people, and because this is a sophisticated attack, I cannot get to. They removed my phone number and address and of the email address. I think that X can't reach me, and I have been asking people for help, people that I know that might know someone there. I haven't got much luck. So why then? This is something that the conservatives should pay attention. Why they attack me now? You can just go back to my X account and my last few posts. It's very, very obvious. I have been talking about the same thing for 4 years, and there's something new is this.
Interesting.
I've heard, go into what you're saying, there's been a lot of people that have really kind of questioned this Lindsay Lee you're talking about, and questioned why all of a sudden, and it happened right after Trump won the election, and then or going into the election, and all of a sudden when the when he had a lot of momentum and things started going the way of the America First people, all of a sudden she flipped, and now, like you said, and this is the kind of stuff that I said it before. I said it about this sheriff out in California. Same thing there. We always get had when we do this. People who have never supported any of these, whether it's the immigration issue, whether it's the China issue, whether it's the this ridiculous Ukraine issue. Anytime you get behind these, you see these people and they never supported it until all of a sudden they do now.
And this, to me, is something that the conservatives, people like you, should let other conservatives know. We're in a more dangerous time, even though we won, because before our opponent is clear, kind of. There is a line there. Now, because we won, and a lot of people come over. They don't come over just to support the cause. They come over for power, and I think this is the water is muddier than ever, And so this is something, and I think people need to know. And I want to make this a household term in America: United Front. Have you heard about it, Todd? You probably have heard.
Yes.
Yeah, that I just talked to a friend of mine, and he is pretty familiar with Chinese politics. He did not even understand what that means. That is a harmless word term, and it started with Lenin. Lenin come up with this strategy and taught the CCP. CCP used this strategy to defeat the nationalists. Not only that, and it also deceived Americans, including George Marshall, including Truman and FDR. What it is, forget about United Front. Just translate it into something different. Infiltration. That's it. That is what it is. And infiltrate your enemies. And who are CCP's enemies? It's the people that in China, it's the people that are dissidents, the ethnic groups. They always buy the top. They use this for Uyghurs. They use it for Tibetans. They buy and take control of their leaders, and then after their win in 1949, they established a department. And it's called United Front Work Department. And they devoted so much time and resources and into it. And in the CCP claim, they have 3 magic weapons to win victory. One is armed struggle and violence. That's what they do. They use violence to achieve their political goals. Another is party building. They built this party that no one can say anything, can question anything, make it just one piece, just like Democratic Party. They vote one voice. They never have dissidents. The third is United Front, to really dismantle your enemy from within. And that's infiltration. That is.
Well, we've been dealing with some infiltration here at CDM, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Everywhere, and they will silence people like me, and then they will buy off people who can be bought, and so many people were bought, and so many Chinese dissidents here were bought. They came here for freedom, and they were fighting against CCP in China, and now a lot of them were bought.
One of the things, and you talk about this bought in unrestricted warfare and within the Chinese, discussions, they always like to use the term capture, right? Capture, whether it's academic capture, whether it's political capture, corporate capture. All that is what you're talking about. It's bribery. And it's an infiltration. That's really what they use the term capture because it sounds more professional. It doesn't sound so criminal. But the term capture is only what you're talking about there. And it's infiltration and it's bribery. It's corruption. Very embedded.
It's more than money. That's what you need to people need to understand. Some people don't need money. They have money, but they have something else. Whatever they want, CCP seems to be able to offer. So like scholars, they want fame. They want to have their research somehow be published and use an unethical, whatever. If you have a desire, and the CCP might just have an answer for you. And that's why it's not just money. It's more than money and power. Once you get power, right? You need money to get to power. Once you get power, you have money.
Right. And that's where when people see, and Todd and I talk about this all the time, you see somebody like Mitch McConnell. Why does Mitch McConnell work so hard against his constituents, his Republican constituents?
What?
He's bought. Absolutely.
Do you know the story? I'm writing my second book, and it is really about the United Front, how Chinese deceived the United States, and then not just deceived, some of them are fellow travelers. That's another problem.
Yeah.
The Democratic Party is now Communist Party. They share the same goal, destruction of America. But I touched about his wife.
Yeah. Ciao.
Yeah. His wife's fortune, which is also the fortune for Mitch McConnell and his campaign, and is for CCP.
It's the shipping company. Yeah.
Yes.
It's all, and when you tell people, I had this discussion with somebody, and they said, "Well, he just owns a company over there. He's an American." I said, "Nobody owns a company in China that is not doing the work of the CCP. If you can't do the work, you won't be there. You'll
Also
never make money. You'll never be successful. They won't even
Exactly.
let you open your doors. They'll shut you down. They'll shut you down."
You can see that the shipping company's fortune rise together with the same time when the Mitch McConnell's political influence rise. It's the same thing. And you know what happened to Ellen Zhao's sister?
Yeah.
Yes, the one that in Texas, the one that had the EV accident.
The web is just so wide, and a lot of people refuse to look at it. That's why we need to poke it. We need to bring this awareness to MAGA, to the conservatives that made MAGA successful. Now the leadership, a lot of them are just not listening to the base, and I think that is alarming. And
well, that's where media comes in, and we have to hold our feet to the fire with our media company and others. It's very important.
And Fox and Newsmax, do you have a brain?
Yeah. No, I mean those outlets, and especially I've railed against Fox for a while. I mean, those outlets they're not in support of.
I know.
They're corporatists.
I know. But we need to bring this awareness to people, and this is especially this time. And this is not time to relax. This win is our only fighting chance to get our country back. If we squander it, that's it. That will be the end of everything.
Completely agree.
Yeah.
You said you're working on a new book.
Yes.
When do you think you're going to have that ready?
I think it's next year. I'm working really hard, and this will be the history. This book will be the history. How the United States of America helped CCP to come to China, to grow, to take over China, and then revived it when it was just about to die. And Nixon and revived it. And now with all the help of the American elite, and here we are.
The first Bush administration, Scowcroft during
everybody.
They did what they did in Tiananmen, and then they rewarded them by letting them into the WTO. It's awful.
This is when you see that this is an absolute American tragedy, and Reagan won the war against Soviet communism, but he did not understand Chinese communism, and so since Nixon, since the very beginning, basically since FDR. The American politicians and elites and diplomats and whatever, China hands, now China experts, they misread, sometimes I think deliberately. Of the CCP. That's why we have now CCP as our number one enemy. And I was talking to this a weapon expert last night, and I mentioned earlier, and he said, now we don't have advantage over, technically over the Chinese military, and even today, if they don't get any new technology or steal new technology from us, they're good for 50 years. What they got, it is a dire situation, and he still wonder whether the Trump administration understand we have no time. We have no time.
Agreed.
Every minute we need to do something to stop the to shrink the gap, to widen the gap.
Right.
It's so bad.
Tell us about your first book. Where can people get it? What's it called?
Yes, and yeah, you can get it pretty much anywhere books are sold, and Amazon probably is the easiest place. And it's called Mouse America: A Survivor's Warning. I tell you one quick story. You should be able to find it anywhere, like a Barnes and Noble. So I went there. I know that it's there in that bookstore. I called before I went. I could not find it. They have 3 copies there. They hid it in whatever places you can't find it. And so I have to talk to the manager, and then they located in 3 different places and put it on new release. That was a year ago, but that is the kind of thing you have to deal with, the woke corporations, including.
Well, for your next book, we have a publishing company. So if you're not happy, let us know.
Yeah, we'll carry it on our publishing company.
Thank you. The same publisher. They are very supportive. Yeah, but
okay,
I know.
Good
Yeah,
Good to hear.
I think I will continue to do. So I consider my job and educating American people and of the danger of communism. And I've been working really hard about it. And I was in Victims of Communist Foundation. Do you know that?
Yeah.
There's a foundation called the Victim of Communism in DC. It's a very small museum, but at least we have one there. And I talked to them. I said, we should make 1 month, anti-communism history month. People absolutely have very little idea of communism.
I agree.
Well, we'll have you back soon, Xi. Thank you for your time.
Definitely so. And the book is Mouse America. Had a chance to see it when you released it last year. Great book. If you get a chance, get out there and check that out. And thank you very much, Xi, for coming on.
Thank you. Bye-bye.